What do you mean you don't know what a Victoria Day is? I'm gonna let all these Canadians tell you. Oh shit. It's a national holiday, alright? We patriotic geese glaze English royalty because since the Americans are no longer reliable, we need daddy's nuclear umbrella or something. No, I don't know if they celebrate Victoria Day in Australia, and frankly don't f***ing care because nobody threatened them with annexation. And the only game I could find to commemorate Vicky Buckingham is, hey, what the f*** is this? Get this supernatural shit out of my historical simulation. Oh shit, the Assassins and Templars were real all along. So let's play Victoria Day, the game, on Steam no less. Now I've not played a Civilization game before. How hard could it be?
From the first stirrings of life beneath water, to the great beasts of the Stone Age, Your Majesty the Queen Victoria of England.
Okay there, Ned Stark.
For England.
What the f*** is all this?
May I make a suggestion?
No, shut up, I got this. I played Total War before. See, I'm already winning. How do I build Manchester? This is the Druid build, yeah? I said I want a Manchester, not f***ing London. This game makes no sense. How can it be global warming already if we're still all shitting in the woods?
This river has floodplains, which means it has flooded before.
I'm starting to think I shouldn't have built here. Oh, cool. Some people I can totally give polio to and steal their land for Thanksgiving for no f***ing reason. What the f*** is this? Diplomacy is my specialty. Watch this. So I will give you $5 for your $10.
Give me a phone name, man.
Look at that, they're fighting the wrong white people, stupid Incans.
I am fond of pigs.
And now, to prepare for my inevitable conquest and cultural genocide of these people, I'm gonna teach myself writing first so then I can teach them how to write proper English instead of whatever the f*** it is they were drawing on the walls. Oh shit, I guess they didn't like grammar. That guy is getting a promotion when we're done here. Long live Britannica!
Enacting new policies in our government can be a...
Shut up, we're at war. Okay, so how about you give me $1 and we can stop the senseless bloodshed. Oh man, these people are idiots. Okay, so how about you give me $10 more? Okay, so how about you give me $10 more now? Okay, so how about I give you $1 for no reason? What? No wonder your people are extinct. You're f***ing stupid, I offered you free money.
We have recently gained advanced knowledge in...
Shut up, we're going to war. What do you mean with who? With the stupid.
Give me a phone name.
So, happy Victoria Day 2025. Make sure to subscribe on your day off. And if you don't get a day off, f*** you and f*** off. Long live the Commonwealth. Oh boy, am I not looking forward to this one. I hope you like mournful singing because there's a lot of it and little else. Not just because as a Canadian, I have a soft spot and government ordained affinity for the French. So apologies in advance, désolé d'avance, mais ton jeu est nul, because this game is shit. I hope you like being French Spider-Man because there's a lot of it and little else.
Academy.
I hope you like beating the everlasting shit out of little French girls because there's a lot of it and...
That's for your, if there's room.
Well, there's still space up her ass. As a recurring theme throughout this game, what the f*** is the point of this? It's shit, y'all think it isn't, but it is. The game says this is dancing, so I guess French romance is just hitting each other with sticks. That wasn't even what we were doing, you're a terrible artist. F*** off, no tip. What the hell is this? Where are the topless ladies the saboteur assured me was everywhere in Paris? Y'all believe this is art? It's actually crap. I'm not even doing this to be contrarian for clicks because Buddha only knows. The less attention I get from angry hipsters, the happier I'll be. And also, I kinda wanna keep that nuclear sub they parked off Newfoundland because the dumb shit owners of the meth lab downstairs is getting uppity again. I forgot why he had to repaint the house last time. But Clair Obscur Expedition 33 is shit and there's no changing the fact that it's shit and no amount of toilet paper is going to help, but why not give credit where it's due before twisting the knife?
What can I say? I'm an optimist.
How many times I gotta teach you this lesson, you weak little girl? So at least the game isn't priced like it deserves the glazing it's currently getting from the unshaven boorish masses who depend on this game to make them feel like they're not illiterate, and all the glazing can rightfully go to the voice actors and whatever black magic f***ery is going on with the motion capture to make this one of the most impressive displays of video game acting I've seen to date. Who the hell are you, emo Sephiroth?
Which expedition are you from? Fall back!
Well, I have to admit I did like the magical Normandy beach landing that totally goes sideways. I hope you like fighting robots because there's a also Sekiro for some reason. Scenery is impressive though. So impressive that ironically I started dreading the actual game parts of the game I paid for in favor of getting to the next cutscene to see where the story was going. Until I found out it was basically misery porn. Like somebody played The Last of Us 2 and thought it'd make a pretty sweet JRPG. So far so emo Final Fantasy. And not just because we really wanted to see Tifa's tits animated in glorious 3D. That was just not capable of being reproduced faithfully in gameplay in 1997. And mentioning Final Fantasy naturally brings me to the direct comparison that Clair 33 whatever is somehow JRPGs done right by Europeans, even when the closest comparison I could make was less Final Fantasy 7 and more Final Fantasy 16, the dour English one. Also Dark Souls for some reason.
This one looks dangerous.
Yeah, let's not then.
Someone came here before and set up these handholds.
It was the developers. Seriously, forget builds and just do this, you win every single time.
Fuck. It's big.
I've seen bigger. He's sniffing her butt. It's chivalrous French courtship.
Sorry.
That's not artistic statement. That's somebody leaving a floating model they forgot to delete from the scenery.
68.
I really wanted to join Expedition 69 because you know they just spent all their time. Fuck, this gun sucks. Why would I even bother when I can just out of here before I beat you again? I gotta make my point. Also, why does any of this matter when there are also Jawas in this game for some reason? Shit, Jawa's hulking out. Nope. Look, it's either make builds so powerful that you don't need to parry, or the parry so powerful you don't need to build, and the game is very firmly established in the latter category, so long as you've played some variation of Dance Dance Revolution before. So now really, you know how in the really good Final Fantasies your party was composed of in equal parts of racial stereotypes, comically oversized weapons, and whatever the Muppet abomination Kate Sith was supposed to be, so that everybody had a really distinctive, instantly memorable appearance, and you can pretty much recognize Tifa's tits just by her silhouette alone. Whereas in Expedition 33, everybody is basically limited to looking like pretty French Euro trash, and you wouldn't even be able to tell the f***ers apart from, aside again, the hard work of the voice actors to give identical stormtrooper uniforms some sense of individuality. Huh? Pointless, so long as you know how to... And the story, which is so lauded, falls apart right at the beginning if you have a working brain. F*** off. No, wait, come back. You see, maybe it comes down to my initial misunderstanding of the plot, because I thought the painter's method of execution was entirely random. Where am I? No, really, I'm lost. Spare a f***ing thought for those of us who are directionally challenged.
Can't remember. Was it the other way?
Because in a story-based game, your confusing level design is actively preventing me from seeing the next part of your stupid story. Okay, let's talk story. Painter lady, i.e. I thought she paints any number that pops into her head on her giant wall and everybody of that age gets snapped out of existence. That would have lent an air of urgency, mystery, and tragedy to the proceedings, along with setting up any number of expedition members who can then go about their hopeless quest to confront her because of personal reasons. No, I'm talking here.
Welcome to WrestleMania!
Okay, now where am I? Anyways, reasons. Let's say the grandfather who loses a grandchild before they could grow out of infancy. The husband who loses a wife in the middle of a difficult pregnancy that they were nonetheless holding out hope for. Actual poignant working metaphor of the randomness of death rather than what it actually is, which is a countdown clock that turns the painter from interesting chaotic deity to mundane cosmic custodian.
Get out of my way!
Shut up. Yes, very Final Fantasy of you, I see.
Now get off my lawn! I need my rocks.
He means drugs.
I can't believe this is the end of our expedition. We've learned nothing and achieved nothing.
You're all idiots. So, the countdown. If you're just broadcasting common knowledge, then everybody who can work basic arithmetic is already 3 steps ahead of you, and I'm pretty sure nobody gave 2 shits when you were counting down in the mid-90s. But by that same reasoning, by the time you get to single digits, you might as well not even bother because 4-year-olds don't have the mental ability to understand numbers and also can't work a stove to feed themselves.
Apparently, that was where people went on dates, you know? What do you think happened in those cabins?
Girl, he just lost his wife. Why are you volunteering to be the rebound? Stop being a bitch.
Bitch!
So yes, I guess I am saying I already wrote a better story in my head before I started playing, and was rightfully disappointed this game couldn't live up to my undeniable genius. That's not even mentioning the absolute death knell of the game, which is its level design, which, given I've been cussing like a sailor who was raised without proper parental guidance, should by this point be self-explanatory.
We can finally cross the sea. You don't happen to have some wine stashed away, do you?
It's because they're French, you see. If they were Americans, it'd be meth and racism.
It's more about...
Well, he's dead. I don't know, considering I haven't finished the game yet. Perhaps all these gripes can then be redressed, but going through the first third and finding it needs a redemption arc at all should immediately tell you the emo French people with a misery fetish are probably not as sophisticated as they are trying to pass themselves off to be. Okay, I finished the game and it still wasn't as good as y'all seem to think it is. Let me tell you why. It's not like I have something against horny European lesbians who never bathe, or that I think society pampers handicapped people too much. Why do they get to park right in front of the Loblaws, huh?
This seemed important.
It's more like the game portion of this video game still very much doesn't know what the f it wants to be. None of this shit you're looking at matters so long as you know how to... Look kid, don't throw a tantrum, it's the truth. Why am I walking so slowly? What does this game have against fatties? No, it's not this either, it's just misery porn mixed with running around without a map. There you go, it's that. So long as you learn how to parry, you don't need builds. Why do you need builds? If the game is based on 7 different kinds of parry, the gameplay essentially negates itself. So pick a fucking lane, you pretentious Frenchman.
Everywhere we go, just death. Death and more death.
Yeah, I noticed too. It's getting annoying, like they think this shit is deep or something. Everything is a fucking Souls-like these days. F you, Souls original. It's been 15 years. You think you can have something different now? I wasn't kidding, he's going to Souls-like boss stage 2 of a Souls-like boss fight. Like, this is just the Sekiro fight with all the parts where you can actually move around taken out. I always wonder why I can't just do that to the regular mooks and save myself some time.
I can't remember. Was it the other way?
We could never tell if you were my brother or my father. But to me, you were both.
People make fun of Alabama for incest, but you know Europe was also into that shit for like 900 years before Alabama even existed.
Best brother and father I've ever had.
And then we'll take the paintress's heart.
Oh shit, is this just a white people remake of Persona 5?
Oh, my husband was obsessed with the idea of...
Well, I mean, she is a widow, so. The game, amazingly enough, has little beyond being turn-based combat with a brawler combo parrying system, and limited healing items rechargeable at bonfires that also has relationships and stats grinding, which go nowhere. That isn't the gameplay identity, that is just like 12 different games stitched together, but rather lazily like a serial killer who can't really be asked to take his career choice seriously.
Nothing like a bit of girl on girl.
What the f am I supposed to? Is it really a JRPG if the stupid Souls-like mechanics means you can't just stack 1,000 Phoenix Downs?
Okay. Monkey.
9,000 different mechanics and I can't even remember my own cell phone number. What makes you think I care? What?
Hi. I'm a pair of legs that can talk.
Verso?
We're both Verso.
So if he can't die, why can I still lose the game?
Welcome, my friends, to Old Lumiere.
I mean, at this point, the story still leaves a lot to be desired too. The setting and general aesthetic is interesting. No, wait, it's not. Like I said before, once the painter's numbered offering scheme becomes a countdown and not a randomized series of death notes, it just begs the question of why.
Why the hell did you...
Sorry, I fucked up.
Why even bother? Because nobody gives a fuck when you're snapping away the 78-year-olds to take the burden off society. And by the time you get to say, like, 5, you really don't have to bother because the little shits can't understand subtraction anyways, and also probably can't work a stove very well. You want to explain that?
Can you stand?
We're a pretty good team.
I don't know, that dude has God mode and you're like 10, so... I'm not lost and totally don't need a map, I swear.
You haven't told her the truth. I am your father. You forced us to this day.
It's not a real boy, get over it. Nobody even has a standard definition TV anymore. Standard definition is like 1080p, get over it.
What?
She beat the boss, let's go. So it's at this point the game promptly gives up and goes, well, here's some blatant filler islands to drag out the climax and the inevitable twist to come.
What happened?
Here you go, Withers, I wish I was playing a better game.
What song was that?
You might want to go first.
I will pay you to listen to the game's mournful soundtrack, and I know I won't ever have to ever pay up because at some point you'll stab your own ears.
What's that?
Finally. Oh god, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up, shut the fuck up. I'm not musically inclined.
I'm sorry.
Even the Muppet can't take it anymore. Okay, so after 2 detours to make the ultimate weapon or whatever, what is the twist in the game? Well, I mean it's French, so I assume the illusion of this world means alcohol is involved at some point and
I drank too much last night.
so then the supposed final boss starts and you can't damage her, so of course you're thinking, well, here comes the very obvious twist now, which couldn't have been more obviously telegraphed, so you play through the dungeon and discover it was Paris all along. Blah 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 blah. You know what? I'm just gonna spoil it because it's so fucking stupid that you might as well just save your time and not fucking bother. Because I'd hate for you to go through everything, beat the everlasting crap out of Gollum Dad, only to find out the whole thing was a dream sequence. Yes, the painter's world is painted and only exists in the imagination of the painter. So essentially everything you've done, everybody you've met up until now is meaningless because get this.
I'm tired.
That is actually the canonical ending the game would like very much for you to choose. This is literally a story about a family of, I guess, French video game concept artists whose Souls-like ripoff, the entire story apparently takes place, and because like one of them got really into it or something, and you're trying to get them to stop, which itself negates the entire narrative point of the game, since at best we're making a statement about the importance of maintaining human employment in the artistic industry in the face of looming challenges from AI, and at worst, if you didn't care before, you surely wouldn't now, since this is less an epic story about survival in a broken world than it is battling addiction with Photoshop.
It's not make-believe.
Yes, it is. You just told me it is.
No, you're not.
Nothing in here is real or matters. Yes, she's literally copy-pasting her old drawings to life. Why should I care? Actually, no, I decided I do. One final middle finger to this pretentious piece of shit. Y'all lied to me. Was an actually good video game. And not just because it's presented very well, as if it's all smart and shit. And so I decided to side with the pint-sized French Sephiroth just to get the bad ending where you keep everybody inside this painting and let them live out fake lives. Albeit under your creative dominance, because apparently I'm the only one that figured out this is the only way the game actually means anything narratively. So let's play a good turn-based RPG. No, let it cook. It also happens to be the best Marvel game you can buy today, and no, wait, come back! Oh shit, sorry, I put in Diablo 4 by mistake. Yes, I am still bitter about Clair, Obscur, Expedition, whatever, because that one got all the glazing for what is actually a fairly mundane take on a mid-tier JRPG. Get out of my way! By pretentious French hipsters, whereas an actual unique take on a big-budget turn-based RPG languages in obscurity, because people can't get over the fact that the Avengers isn't just composed entirely of pretty white people anymore. So Marvel's Midnight Suns, which I'm utterly convinced didn't get a fair shake in 2023. When we all conclusively decided we hate the MCU now because comic fans are all racist shitheads and also can't read, so really they're just buying the things for the pictures of women in skin suits, and turn-based RPG fans couldn't buy the game either because they were too busy playing Warhammer 40k, as is appropriate for the hobbies of a true gentleman.
Let's do it.
That dude should be atomized canonically.
I'm saving my energy till we...
That couch was more powerful than Captain Marvel. Sorry, I don't know why this game keeps switching over to Diablo 4.
Home of the Midnight Suns.
I know who the black guy is, but the other three, who cares? It's a demon hunting game, right? So let's just make Buffy.
Relax, Slayer.
It acknowledged my decision.
Monster Hunter.
The new one sucks because it barely runs, don't buy it. Now wants me to play Dragon Age for some reason.
Always be here.
And then they all go to Hogwarts because Firaxis can't afford tuition at the X-Mansion.
Chosen one.
It also ties into the ongoing multiverse saga, because in some parallel reality you made a black person playing this game. Okay, so MCU, but by the XCOM guys, no less, so at least you know the developers knew what they were doing, which is probably more than they did going into this thing. But therein lies the genius that is understanding you can't turn Iron Man into cannon fodder. That's how you get Disney lawyers kicking down your door. But what you can do is turn all the wacky powers of whatever Marvel roster you can afford to license into playing cards. Oh shit, cosmic banana peel. And you'd be surprised how well that works, considering Captain America's ability of spreading propaganda can be used to then spread lies about the validity of the American dream and boost morale, and Spider Sense isn't just some kind of auto-dodge cheat for scrubs, and actually has interesting effects on the battlefield appropriate to its canonical depiction as a mulligan for cheating at poker or something. And kudos to the strategy guys, because the strategy on display here is clearly explained, fun to play, and source material accurate, if one can put aside slight discrepancies such as why doesn't Captain Marvel just solo the whole entire game?
They're mine. Spider-Man!
Just saying his name takes up half this game's budget and licensing fees. What the hell?
I am Iron...
F you billionaire social parasite. This honestly looks less protective than all the metal I was wearing before. I mean, it could have shown them opening a packet of cards, but would that be too meta, Deadpool? Also, why does Captain Marvel look like a slightly melted action figure knockoff made in a Vietnamese sweatshop?
For the honor of Grayskull!
There are a lot of fake loot boxes in this game, but that's okay because you can feel rich without actually having to spend any real money on shit that doesn't exist, and also have playdates with your favorite superheroes for upgrades. The f***? I'm pretty sure this is workplace sexual harassment. Okay, that's enough fake loot boxes. Can you tell the XCOM guys made this game yet? Or, for that matter, why Captain Marvel at all? F***ing millennials.
Guys, they're live. And they're trending.
Fuck you. Millennials, Twitter is a cancer on human society, because the Avengers roster is by no means stacked and the Midnight Suns roster is just Blade, a bunch of whiny D-lister superheroes who may have appeared in a back panel doing the X-Men's laundry at some point. This guy was a freebie.
I missed the part where that's my problem.
And you, your self-insert fanfiction character that seems unnecessarily unnecessary even to you, who was forced to self-insert him or her into the story, because I think Disney charges different rates for different characters based entirely on popularity, like an escort agency officially sponsored by Comic-Con. So realistically, Firaxis can't afford more Spider-Men, and also have that Wolverine cameo they had their heart set on unless they were willing to give up Dazzler and Cyclops, two of the more popular X-Men for whoever that chick is with all the nose piercings, and one of the lesser known Raspidins.
My point exactly.
Who are you talking to? Everybody's dead. Don't make me beat you. That guy has no sense of self-preservation. The monetary limits also extend to the enemy, with identical stormtroopers and a villain roster that you can pretty much count on just one hand. Look, I stole his wallet.
You smell.
Fuck you, I was born back when people bathed in shit. Go stab something already, you midget.
Bad luck for you.
Yes, I inserted a gratuitous beach bikini episode just for you. Thank me in the comments below. That guy owed Tony money. Billionaires are all vindictive, penny-pinching bitches.
Bitch!
Firaxis is working a second job to be able to afford a Captain America. America's ass wants to get paid in American dollars.
Watch my back!
See, it's not just the cards, it's environmental damage as well. Cat sure kills a lot of people. I like how they just don't give two f***s about where the helicopter crashes in the middle of one of the most densely populated cities in the whole world.
Transmitting now.
Got it.
Crossbones bought the Temu Captain America shield.
Hail Hydra!
I'm still not sure the primary antagonist wasn't just made up specifically for this game, because you had to pay Magneto to show up at your birthday party, but truly original characters will happily f*** anybody you ask them to just for the exposure.
Watch my back!
Oh man, Hulk got f***ed up on drugs again. So once again, thank goodness for the actual card battler part of this card battler turn-based RPG being so good that, what? I know it's a long game, but how could it possibly shit the bed in the second act when I'm clearly having so much fun and...
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Neither free nor pleased to me.
Really? Wanda, is there something you'd like to say to your friends?
Yes, I am still playing this game.
Surprise! Surprise!
What fresh hell is this?
No, it shouldn't come as a surprise to you because I have taste, I'm not easily swayed by heavy advertisement, and my interests extend beyond the latest open world blockbuster with Souls-like elements and multiplayer. And I just want to be the ultimate party pooper in telling you that you're playing superhero games wrong. Yeah, I mean, it's not the perfect game, but it tries something different and mostly pulls it off, so just based on that criteria alone, there's no reason you wouldn't, shouldn't, can't give Marvel Midnight Suns a try. Otherwise, risk being left out of the conversation altogether.
Hey, ego stealing!
What the hell are you kids doing? Is this an orgy?
Here we go.
Her powers are birds. Story up to this point is magic is bad, magic is good, now we gotta fight the magic one who is good but turned bad and might turn good again before all of it is said and done. That emo kid's powers are also random acts of divine judgment by a vengeful god. No, not that one.
It's canaries in the coal mine. In either case, I may have underestimated.
Her powers are basically whatever Blink has but more asshole-ish.
Prepare yourselves.
We lost, but we won. Damn it.
We'll read for book club will be The Art of War by Sun Tzu.
Ooh, a classic.
This book is one of my favorites.
The katana gave that away.
It's a Chinese book though, and the Chinese hate people who use katanas, dumbass white people. What the hell are you guys even playing? That looks like that Atari porn game that I didn't even know had 2 players. Pointless. I'm so glad I didn't have to pay real money for this.
Ancient Atlantean.
Then sure. Tons.
I actually speak a little Atlantean.
T-o mile oth ep isid?
That's Atlantean for I hate niggas. That's why the black guy isn't even laughing. The story isn't honestly anything to write home about, being pretty much your standard B-tier superhero affair, where you can't afford to license too much of the A-listers, so instead of fighting Magneto on a floating asteroid, you have to make do with Hogwarts, but for somehow even more stupid characters nobody has heard of. Plus like 1 or 2 DEI hires so you can make sure you hit all the checkboxes required for a Disney license in order to get made. Enemy variety does leave a lot to be desired too, since it's just the same assholes.
Big hole. Big hole.
Not really, like you're just fighting living turds in the sewers now. And you fight like Venom 20 times because I guess they didn't have any money left for villains after splurging on the licensed heroes. Or comic book covers for that matter, because that's literally just a white screen with some paper cutouts pasted over it. Wow, this game really run out of money quick, huh? I don't know, maybe not spend all your budget making this crappy overworld that isn't any fun to explore to begin with.
Feeling more of the priceless and, did I mention, extremely powerful?
Or dialogue that tries to evoke the witty banter of latter-day MCU long after everybody started hating latter-day MCU.
And Eddie?
It's him again. I told you they only budgeted for like 3 villains. Like, how much sound do I need to beat a symbiote? Does this mean Venom basically can't attend concerts or go to karaoke?
You had your chance.
If he didn't fight in bell towers, he would have won. Don't argue with me, I know this stuff. I told you. Honestly, they probably could have spent no money on a custom self-insert fanfiction character too, along with the main villain, and just bought like 1 B-tier villain to act as the main antagonist, because most of this also goes nowhere.
A frontal assault has too many variables, but there's always the hole. Big hole.
Of course.
And what ultimately saves the game isn't really the story, but the genius decision to translate superhero abilities into a card battler that remains fun throughout the entire runtime, sometimes with additional criteria to be met during missions that goes beyond just knocking the 9 bells off Nazis or however that saying goes. I don't know why this game decided a Diablo 4 crossover would be the best idea, honestly.
Big hole.
What the hell is going on now? Are we going to space?
Let's not give in to rumors.
Also like 9 loading screens just to get anywhere. Just why? Why, Johnny? Tell me why.
Going to make things a lot harder unless you destroy them too.
I keep telling you they couldn't afford more villains, so everybody has to double up. I mean, it's just gypsies. Nobody is gonna miss them.
The spirits of vengeance have always been the secret guardians of the parchment of power.
Guardians? Blaze is probably using the page as toilet paper right now.
What do you expect? He's a hillbilly who can't read. Makes sense, the guy whose superpowers is steroids makes for the best gym spotter. Honestly, the game could have been quite a bit better if it eschewed the in-between stuff, or simplified it to the point that we can still have the maintenance, only without any pretense of it being in any way worthwhile to do the maintenance outside of having the upgrades. They couldn't afford maps either, you get 2.
And if anyone's doing their own thing, it's the Avengers.
Carol, just what type of search were you running?
Carol is into some freaky shit.
Big hole. I tell you to call me Tony.
Just hack the computer before they smash it, please. Tony.
See, that wasn't so hard. You really are a terrible salesman, Bruce. At least butter me up before you attack my deservedly huge ego.
I tried to reason with you, Tony.
So after all that, you just fight more non-official Marvel generic mutant demons. You know, it's a pity by the midpoint of this game, we are really running out of tricks to play and the game is starting to drag a little. Even when the actual card battling portions are still doing a remarkable job of lifting the title up to be more than what it is.
You have earned this.
Let's do it.
I have the target in sight.
Looks like you could use this.
I don't even think a beach episode can make the story interesting by now.
All right, then. Big hole.
Going back to the place we've been to 3 times already. Yes, the game is spinning in circles to try and pad out the runtime. I'm gonna spare you most of the witty banter and just summarize the proceedings as follows. Ghost Rider needs to fight Ghost Rider because Ghost Rider is an asshole. Then, really cool zombie level that's more or less a retread of the zombie level in the XCOM 2 expansion, only adjusted for card play, and then...
What the hell?
Well, I've come this far, I might as well finish the game. The one with bully issues often becomes the bully later in life, it's just psychological damage. Who the hell is Lilith? Superheroes abuse animals more at 6 on the Daily Bugle.
Ready up.
Superheroes threaten journalists with bodily harm for revealing they abuse animals more at 6:30 on the Daily Bugle.
One more time.
Yeah, we're still playing this, don't worry, I'm almost done. Yes, I killed Diablo and got the whole epic set, this is what I look like now, thank the RNG gods, I have the best luck.
What have you brought me today?
Stop sniffing my crotch. Okay, so why? Why did this game, which started off so well, started to drag by the middle portion, and by the end is obviously trying to ruin any goodwill it might have had before? Why am I still playing this game despite the above? I could just go get another drink, but the answer to the second question is very obviously that I have absolutely mind-boggling OCD. And I'm basically using these videos as a journal of sorts to take off all the games I play and finish, and if I don't finish them, I'm pretty sure a bus explodes somewhere. F you. In Canada, we see the doctor for free, but we still have to buy our own drugs, eh?
Sorry.
I specifically chose this team makeup because they're all X-Men. And no Wanda personally, but Wolverine doesn't even say anything because he's an uppity bitch. Bitch! And also because there's no unique dialogue for the random you decide to bring on missions. We won? Yeah, we did. She's not all scaly and shit anymore. I thought we were fighting demons now. Take your fucking shoes off the couch, Wanda. Yeah, there's at least some filler before each of the main story missions, and by this point, while the story is passable, it's not very impressive. All the filler missions have been done twice over by now, and enemy variety has stagnated to the point that all the gimmick missions in the world can't help the atrophy of interest. So really, this is a textbook example of not being able to stick the landing or maintain interest, which is rather appropriate for Marvel as a whole at this point. It's your problem now, bitch.
Bitch! Limbo. With Mephisto.
No! That's sexual harassment.
Mephisto looks so stupid, but at least he's not a fucking talking dog.
Come and get it.
It's on sale. So you get betrayed, something Ghost Rider feud. Remind me why we even needed a self-insert fanfiction character again? That's not even his house.
He will know the true face of vengeance.
I swear everybody just buys their clothes on sale at the Gap. You know what? I'm gonna cut every time somebody speaks with their hands on their hips for no apparent reason because I'm bored by now.
Come on.
I don't know. This stinks of a hex or a curse or something.
If we all had the same nightmare. Come on over, Hunter. I'm slinging some hot, fresh, parchment blasting tech here.
Yeah, upgrades. Where the hell is my sass?
A giant gamma ray gun.
Sure, whatever. I'm blonde. I don't even know what that means.
We'll go boom. Big time.
Bingo. What?
Get one of the ugly ones.
It's him again. Again, they can only afford 3 villains. Spider-Man's fees were too high. Eat lamppost, monster.
Now it's my turn.
The Herald of Cthon.
See, I honestly think the Supernatural story could have worked just as well without having a made-up main character in it. Because when I buy and play with expensive licensed action figures, I don't stick a random Lego in there just to mess with the canon.
Getting it done any way we know how.
Shut up, it worked. Kinda.
It was your time.
Oh shit, he's giving us cancer. See, we won. I changed my mind. Now I'm gonna supercut every scene where somebody's massive arms are being crossed really awkwardly, because you really shouldn't take so much steroids.
You take point then.
Roger that.
I changed my mind back to the hips thing again. Where did they buy those giant banners? They're a wanted terrorist organization. At least Nazi Germany owned actual textile factories and shit. What?
Together we will.
Hulk can't read.
Here it comes.
He's actually just throwing up. He ate some bad Mexican. We win, look how happy we all are. Damn it. You know what? Let's just do both. Superhero Twitter sucks. There's no conspiracy theories or anything. Yeah.
Constant innovation.
Okay, fine. The idea is if you have doubles, melt them into one better card, and so on and so forth. It's an actual pyramid scheme. Now we get to play the Captain America political thriller mandatory side plot, which honestly for superhero stories isn't even that much of a tonal lurch, but once again the game has dragged on for so long that by this point it's definitely struggling to maintain player interest because of an absolute lack of enemy, villain variety, and mission types, which brings down the very good card battler at the heart of the title to being middlingly milquetoast purely through lazy repetition.
You want to dance with someone, Rumlow? Dance with me. Should do the trick.
Exactly.
Logan is actually pretty smart for a hundreds of years old boomer, because he does know how to install Google Chrome.
Did that actually work?
I'll say hi for you when I see it.
Like, I don't even know who you're talking about, because Cap is 90, so everybody he knows is already dead. Light 3 torches, why are you even making me do this?
Free me of your insipid... This isn't Agatha.
That ass is Agatha. Somebody want to help him? Yeah, we're still doing the hips thing.
Circles for hours.
Found it. Why do we even bring her along if there's no original character made up for this game that nobody cares about? We could have freed up one more slot for the team for somebody we know and doesn't suck.
One chance, Hunter.
What the f is wrong with his arms?
I'm telling you, get out of there.
Wanda, just win the game for me so I don't have to play anymore.
Why was she up there all this time?
Just a scratch.
Just kick me out and put her in my place. Seriously, why didn't this game just make Wanda the main character?
Sure you're okay?
No, we're long past that point.
Correct. Next time, how about we do this on the actual moon?
We could, but you might need to hold your breath.
You could hold it for me.
Why do I have a sudden urge to Google the British Broadcasting Corporation?
Hi, Hunter.
Like the sky before a storm.
Nope, she's DLC. Look at me, I'm a ninja now. Yeah, by the end of the game it just gives you the epic gear for the Fighter Showdown, I guess because of visual coordination or something. But I'm honestly kind of disappointed that we didn't get whatever version of this gold-trimmed glowing gothic stuff as a leotard bikini, what the superheroines usually wear. Game's over, go home. No, I'm not kidding, go home. Because it is at the absolute climax of the title that the game literally shits the bed by grinding to a slideshow. I don't know what it is exactly, the particle effects, the debris, the fact that nobody even thought anybody anybody would finish the game outside of those with a crippling case of OCD like yours truly, but even a cursory research tells me this is actually an old problem that the game makers didn't even bother to fix in all the years this game has already been put out there. And no, it isn't related to your computer specs, because apparently it'll just shit on every GPU out there for no apparent reason. So if they're not gonna put in the effort, why the should I? So let's just say they all died at the end and Marvel Cthulhu wins, and Capcom can go yourself. Your stock deserves to tank for what you did with my Monster Hunter, and optimization is actually very important.
No, I'm not biased. Shut up. I'm trying to make that dude in the portrait a fat Asian contender to the throne of the King of the Pirates, as is writ in the Bible of the One Piece. So this game is very literate and you won't have much fun if you don't know how to read. So hands up, who here knows what alliteration means? Okay, I am f***ing biased. That's only because somebody has to redress the imbalance that is the gamut of CRPGs, good or bad, or what the living f*** is this nonsense set entirely in some approximation of the Dungeons and Dragons and Tolkien fantasy wonderland of wenches and waivers to a free and democratic society versus one. Yes, count them one. CRPG not even good or bad to date since the enlightened Japanese first brought video gaming to the shores of the technologically backwards West, set in the Warhammer 40k universe. You know a game is good when it comes with its own dictionary, and you can mouth off like an insufferable asshole on the first dialogue choice. Hey, so like, what do you do here? Oh, all that? Okay, thanks, I didn't read it. All the stuff here costs like hundreds of English dollars. Isn't that right, nameless red shirt?
Rampant heresy and dangerous free thinking into your midst. Judging by your lackadaisical minds.
F*** you, Adothrad, in so many words. This happens every day, ending in Y. So how many Baldur's Gates have we had? Oh shit. Ow. Like I said, every day ending in Y. That is the warrant of trade, and yes, it is a big-ass contract, the size of an average cathedral wall. Yes, it is also the coolest thing you've ever seen, and totally makes buying this game worthwhile. I left my wallet at home. And how many Dragon Ages?
Always be here.
How many versions of Skyrim, and how many lifetimes would you need to play through every single one of them? And why aren't you using that time more better to play Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader?
Actions will take others.
Every one of your party members gets their own little intro.
Master, watch your head.
Not this guy, because he's about to die.
Leave not there, please.
Even the janitor's voice actor is sparing no effort.
Overseer of Middle Deck Ale 84, my lord.
And that's because of the utter injustice that Rogue Trader didn't even exist in our reality until December 2023, and didn't exist in a completed playable state in our reality until, by conservative estimates, like right now. So unless you have already bought Season Pass 2, which I did, and are waiting to play the game in its full final form, with all DLC integrated into the main campaign, you probably wouldn't even get this review, retrospective, revisionist history, whatever, until 2027, but
None can escape the Emperor's judgment.
That Daddy needs his views now, and might as well let me tell you why you're already missing out while we're all waiting for Lex Imperialis. And the nicest despot you'll ever meet. My predecessor was an asshole like everybody else in this world, and see what happened to her?
So divine watches over.
Average life expectancy in 40k is, I have no fucking clue how humanity isn't even extinct yet if nobody lives past the medium age of like 9. Any day ending in Y. You know how this goes, and you get some pretty kick-ass and also economically wise hand-drawn cutscenes to boot. Look at my huge rotating chair. And if you're here for a speed run, you can actually just stop playing the game, and it'll give you an ending where you just stop playing the game without judging you. Where the f*** am I going? There's a lot of writing in this game, but almost all of it is good. I played this part in Mass Effect. F*** off.
Utterly baseless.
To begin with, it looks really, really good. Shut up, it does. No, really, I don't need meticulously animated facial expressions by jobbing actors hired by French hipsters.
Get out of my way!
You know why I don't? Because the art style in Rogue Trader is essentially analogous to playing with the painted miniatures in a fancy digital diorama, and you can't improve on perfection like that.
You pure...
Friendly fire from the enemies is always hilarious and canonically correct, because again, nobody graduates high school in this game because few survive to enroll in kindergarten. I now have a waifu, whose home I'm robbing right now. No, really, this is the waifu.
Words like that, Lord Captain, could easily be misconstrued.
She's a mutant with webbed fingers and a third eye that kills you with insanity and demons. In this game, she's considered the shy, innocent one, who really doesn't know how the dildo works. What do you guys want? Any day ending in
Domin von Valancius.
And the voice acting too, though no longer sparse, is still somewhat sparingly used, but performed with pitch-perfect professionalism that, along with the scenery and overall artistic direction, absolutely sells the vibes and atmosphere associated with the series. This is the Void Shadows DLC, by the way, and it is awesome not just because you can get an emo side piece or something.
I have not felt pain in a long time.
The story too, and I guess this stuff if you're a nerd. Plot paramount to any CRPG because this is a niche marketed specifically to the kind of highbrow intellectual audience who can only ejaculate in their wives after passing the necessary number of speech checks is immediately engrossing, even when you're traveling the sewers of your own Death Star with your own train. And why wouldn't it be? You get to be the big cheese, the biggest cheese. A despot governor with their own Star Destroyer where you only got the job because the last guy died under mysterious circumstances, that you can then in equal measures try to find out what happened, or just don't give two fucks and keep stealing from hobos, despite being worth infinity space dollars.
I have proven myself.
No, really, I am the nicest despot. I gave him that wife. Everybody down here eats slime. So do I am one of you, you see. For in a startling twist and ringing endorsement of the game, play your character as I do. A goody two-shoes everyman fighting tirelessly for the rights of the oppressed, and being nice as possible to everybody in a galaxy full of murderous assholes, leading to a hilarious adventure akin to Mr. Bean being isekai'd into Dark Souls, and then accidentally becoming the Elden Lord through narrative slapstick. I'm not going through dumpsters, you are.
The Emperor favors me today.
I'm so wasted from all that slime I ate. That's to say nothing of the aforementioned DLC, which, though I would never advise to pre-order ahead of time for anything, unless you're already as rich and famous and handsome like me, is nonetheless a worthwhile investment if you're already playing this game because you're at least as rich and famous and handsome like me, and also with good taste. Because they're all worthwhile additions with the studio having corrected their most grievous mistake, that being DLCs containing mostly separate campaigns about people you don't give two fucks about, and which are all now meaty additions to the main campaign, each containing a new fleshed out character companion to play with, along with a story that weaves perfectly into the main plot. Case in point, the murderous asshole ninja lady to go with all of the other murderous assholes you already met and are currently mouthing off to, form lifelong friendships with, or accidentally subjugating through walls of well-written text you only kind of skim through. What? Oh shit, you didn't see that? F up. Abort, abort. It's like buying one of those boxes I most certainly don't own too many of, with the only potential downside being, like I said before, utter paralyzation at actually starting a playthrough because I'm not a fucking Highlander. But definitely gonna stop here so I don't miss anything for Lex Imperialis because I've only got time for one playthrough. Okay, let's just go kill some shit now.
Was that you? Or...
What the?
So can it be done.
Wait. Faith without deeds.
So, is Lex Imperialis out yet?
Okay, this won't be a fair review. No, that wasn't even sarcasm, and not just because, but rather not just because Warhammer 40k Rogue Trader is one of the best modern CRPGs, but also the best Warhammer 40k CRPG, which is long overdue if you ask me, and also one of the best modern CRPGs money can buy. And now there's more of it, with a kind of substantial post-launch support and meaty DLC, which I feel can only be fairly critiqued if we simply buy and go through it as any player would have without cherry-picking any of the good or bad bits, unless they fit in with my political agenda of spreading true English culture to the colonies. So, Abelard, where the f*** is it?
A noble aspiration, Lord Captain.
No, really, where's my DLC? I purposefully stopped playing right after the prologue to wait for it, and a small tick in the minus column must come with the dumb shit decision to not tell me how the DLC starts, or how much of it I already missed. I mean, how hard could it be? Just add yet another lick-spitter lackey to the bridge, or even an unread servitor email in my office to kick things off. No, I do not want to subscribe to your newsletter, f*** off. Like, just where? Abelard, contact Owlcat for me and inform them of my displeasure as a paying customer. Mutant waifus who are going to protect me from muggers by looking them to death are the best waifus, isn't that right, Abelard?
It will be done. One fewer target.
Oh man, am I going to enjoy this. So basically I'm making very cautious progress in the main campaign, and once again I'm having to do this because scouring the internet provided no readily available insight on just how the DLC is started, and once again I really don't want to miss anything, and I'm also not one of those nerds who do multiple playthroughs because I'm too handsome and women actually line up to talk to me and pay for my food. I think the goth waifu is a little overpowered. What do you mean, which one?
Trust me. Come. The other side awaits.
No, not her. She's the nun who won't put out.
The blinded ones are harmless. No sense in shooting them and drawing attention.
Fire on the nearest target!
Must be a day ending in Y again.
Build the tech free! We need to take him alive!
This is not a waifu, but I bet some of you want him to be, you fucking deviants. I got no complaints about the voice acting. It's so good that it makes you forget and forgive the fact that for every long-winded conversation you have, you're essentially looking at a screenshot of the game where nobody moves or even animates whatever it is they're saying to each other. Look, it just makes sense. My girlfriend is the navigator of my Star Destroyer, whom it took me great pains to get, and everybody tells me how important she is, so really I'm only taking her down to this war-torn planet because she's nagging me for a night out and to do some shopping. But now that the robot joined in, she's headed right back home to make sure the space roast is ready for when I come back from work, eh? What the fuck? I hacked the turrets. The nun has a machine gun that fires miniature rockets. The turn-based battles are bloody and visceral and actually goes by pretty quickly with a sizable body count to boot, by which I mean the combat is fun, almost as good as the scenery, which totally nails the grand 40k visage. I didn't spend too much money on paint to huff. I'm the rogue trader, I'm allowed to steal.
The shadows will kill it. Brings me no pleasure.
Abelard, give that woman a raise.
As the tenants demand.
And you get some pretty cool storybook choose your own adventure sections as well. Now that is efficient use of limited budgets. Abelard, further raise that woman's salary by 78 Canadian cents per hour and give her one more paid day off on Women's Rights Day.
As honor or death. Trust me. Come, the other side awaits.
Okay, so seriously, where's the DLC? I found it! Oh, my immobile emperor does this slap. Shut up and watch this. This is a fucking barbershop quartet of space John Wicks here.
Later, here. State your name and the purpose of your stay on Rykadamanoris.
Abelard, announce me to Judge Dredd. So the way I understand it is these guys are basically RoboCops collecting protection money for the Empire, which is honestly the coolest concept humanity has ever come up with. 9 stars.
The questions we have for him are beginning to pile up.
12 stars.
I must refuse. Our mission and the Marshal's orders take priority.
2 stars. He doesn't join me here? Aw, come on. I shot that dude because I'm pissed. Okay, let's get on with it. Meeting the governor, engaging in sanctioned human trafficking, buying more coffee for the shared kitchen fridge. Oh shit, they're back. So they're arresting the governor for embezzlement? So when do you join me? I bought the season pass already. Let me just ask him if he did it, because maybe if I solve the case, Solomon Reed over there will join me. Fuck, guess not. Nope. Well...
I'm not satisfied with that answer. I will repeat my question again. The last Electro Priest you killed, where did you find him? And another one meets the limit of his utility.
Abelard, tell the Inquisitor I'll settle for a dark-haired emo pretty boy for now.
I dare say it is, Lord Captain.
I can influence living bodies, and I find that the interrogated are much more eager to share information once the blood starts to boil in their veins. I am requisitioning you and your retinue for my task. Starting with her. You have provided exactly the kind of specialist that this situation...
Hey, stay away from my overpowered side piece. I'm doing the recruiting here.
If he says the word, I will protect you. If he says the word, I will take you to the Undying One.
Abelard, give this woman full dental coverage, but no maternal leave. That's too expensive. Okay, so... I can sort of see how it would be irresponsible and downright dishonest of me to end the review right here, considering I've seen what amounts to a teaser to the actual DLC, but truth to be told, I already bought the second season pass and apparently there are 2 more DLC incoming, with their own companions woven into the main campaign, and I'm just too important with shit to do, to really be able to afford to devote time to more than one playthrough of the game. And as you can already see, if you do activate the DLC later, you do risk missing out on cool cutscenes and dialogue, so I'm just not going to do that. Yes, it does mean I'm essentially shelving the game for the next 6 months to a year, but I think at this point Owlcat has a proven record with worthwhile chunky additions to their games, which is itself an oddity in today's market that I think is totally worthwhile and fair and unbiased to recommend Lex Imperialis, along with holding off on actually playing this very, very good CRPG until we get some motherfucking orcs in it. Please, pretty please. What the f is wrong with you? So feel free to buy Lex Imperialis now, but only play it if you're an ugly loser whom nobody likes with too much time on your hands.
Y'all like open box videos? Who doesn't like open box videos? I don't. Because I'm not poor and I don't have to live vicariously through more successful, better looking people in life. But as a successful and better looking person than, well, you, I extend the warmest invitation to your ugly, poverty-stricken ass to come open box video this Nintendo Switch 2. One of my favorite slave girls got me that I don't even really want, so you can briefly experience a life happier than yours. I'm also getting a job while this is going on, and that's why sometimes this video is blurry or out of focus, or randomly gets dropped on the floor. Shut up, like you know how to work a camera on these newfangled intelligent telephones. Shit, I can afford a Best Buy membership. That's just how us billionaires roll. I don't know, looks like a box. It's a smaller box. I don't know, I guess you had to plug it in or something. That must mean it's a worse console. Man, you Nintendo fanboys got swindled. It's like plastic and shit. And then there's more plastic in my plastic. Also, a big black monolith. And then it takes it from both ends like advertised like a good little trap. More plastic. It's a plug, but not the butt kind. It's a wire, not the motherfucker. How do you untie this? One of these, but I'm not using it because I have a Pro Controller. No, not 2. I'm not made of money, you fuck. Besides, they're all backwards compatible anyways. So for argument's sake, let's say I'm as poor as you and I'd have to puzzle these welfare pieces together. This is how you do it. Look at this piece of shit. Use a real controller, you scrub. Why the hell is there another bag? Oh right, the stand. Look, it's on. Hallelujah! What the? Oh shit, I forgot I need to transfer the data. Come with me to the Batcave, quick! Okay, so now you need to daisy chain the consoles together, metaphorically, not physically. It's all done over Wi-Fi or magic or whatever. But both needs to be plugged in so you don't lose power and immediately brick your new toy. But what's also most important is you own several custom X-Men Lego figures on hand in the background who can mutant power to fix your machine if that's the case. I don't own the X-Mansion set, it's too expensive. Instead, everybody is lining up to go to this knockoff Chinese restaurant one of the Asian kids at school gave me, as a tribute from the old country so I would teach him proper Canadian English so he wouldn't get bullied by hockey players. I'm the real superhero here, bitch. Bitch! Okay, it's done. Installed all of my old games and now we're ready to roll. No, I don't care if the video's upside down. I already copied it over to my computer. How the f do you turn this right side up? Oh right, there was supposed to be a mouse or something, but honestly, who cares? Are you really gonna play Civilization on a Nintendo Switch? Get out of here with that nerd shit back to PC and come back once you release Total War Warhammer. But now, as we struggle to pad this video out to 8 minutes so I can add mid-roll ads, here's a quick technological rundown of a lot of the old Switch 1 games to see what kind of glow up, if any, they got for this new thing. I paid a whole government child benefits check for, while keeping in mind some of the games might be somewhat esoteric, because you can go anywhere for the latest snore-inducing rundown of how Mario Odyssey now runs, but I exclusively play games with big-titted anime girls. And also, I'm not into your mainstream bullshit, man. So here's some of the stuff I owned for over like the past 7 years that I could be asked to reinstall and check for you in no particular order, with a full review of the Mario Kart World launch title as the main event, like an Athletics Theater pay-per-view or something. Enjoy!
Welcome to WrestleMania!
I'm not sure her tits are big enough to meet my refined taste. And also, this is a school and you're a teacher. Isn't this illegal? I swear I should have never borrowed this game from my friend Jim, who owns it and plays it a lot and was the one who bought it, who still has the receipt. I didn't even know what a Fire Emblem was. Also, it still runs like crap in 30 FPS, so what the f was even the point? Do robots even have big tits? What a stupid question. Of course not. Robots are all about the ass. Also, this runs perfectly on the Switch 2 without needing a patch, gold star, but it also ran perfectly on the Switch 1, so what the f was even the point? This runs pretty well too. Excellent work, Nintendo. See, this is my kind of game. I don't know, I feel the frame rate here could use a little bit of work. Oh shit, you weren't supposed to see this yet. This one runs like shit, what the fuck? Not gonna lie, this is a big improvement. Locked 60 FPS across the board and a pretty good game in the series is elevated to being a great one, if only for the fact that it actually stars Zelda, and therefore offends my fragile male masculinity sensibilities, so I can't even play it because I'm afraid my balls will shrink if I'm being led around the nose by a woman in a leadership role that I didn't actively pay her money for. This cost 14 Canadian dollars, but again, worth it to play a better game. Shut up, you paid more for a fucking video card to do this exact same thing. I will pay you infinity dollars right now to patch this game. I honestly can't tell. Look man, I would argue this and not Mario Kart is the true system seller exclusive for the Nintendo Switch 2, because you can't play Bayonetta 3 anywhere else and you can't play it at 60 FPS anywhere else, and it looks to these scrutinizing biased eyes of a true professional button smasher a hell of a lot better than it did on the original Switch, so if you disagree, you're a stupid head. I will give you infinity plus $1 right now to patch this game. Also, yes, I am a grown-ass man, and yes, I did buy the Switch 2 to play the Pokemon game. I should have played years ago, only it ran like ass then, and looked like ass when you suddenly run out of toilet paper, but all is forgiven now, and I can pretend to be children torturing magical house pets in sanctioned death matches. Send help.
Now, for the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world. Ladies and gentlemen.
It's Mario Kart, what the f do you want?
So is this just Conan Exiles but wearing the skin of another popular science fantasy fiction literary license? I don't know, I never played Conan Exiles. I never played Conan Exiles past the point where I made a big-titted wench in a loincloth, punched some rocks, and then got bored because I'm too cool for Minecraft, and building things in a survival game is for girls and effeminate men who bought Gunnar garbage like Stellar Blade this week, instead of Dune Awakening to reinforce their own waning sense of masculinity by further funding the almighty Korean cosmetics surgery industry. Not me. I got the one where it's all about stabbing and jihads and hallucinatory drugs, and given it's an MMO, there's no real way to review it, especially in its infancy, so I thought I just narrate my entire experience up until now, and we'll see together how far we get in this classic made-up world made up by a sheltered white guy's interpretation of Middle Eastern culture that he learned from a desert in fucking Oregon.
I, Paul Atreides, was never born.
Oh, and it's also basically just fan fiction for some reason.
Approach, prisoner.
Oh man, do I look stupid. And apparently nobody told me about the latest crossover with the new Assassin's Creed game.
You look mostly like a tanuki.
Even as we enter the character creator, and I'm immediately hit with the canon relevant question of whether or not Harkonnens are allowed to have hair. Yes, I am tempted to once again test the game's racist, overly zealous auto-censor, but I feel I've outgrown that in favor of biting satire and jokes you wouldn't get unless you're also a connoisseur of One Piece. Because through me, the will of D lives on in vitamin D efficiency. Shut up, I'm changing it later in Arrakis. And while you vain idiots were making the best, handsomest Atreides you could based on scented posters in your bedrooms, I'm going full bald albino with the mutton chops to match because I'm pretty sure this is going to end up a Horde versus Alliance scenario where one side is really good at looking pretty and the other is really good at planting their boots deep into the colons of the side that is really only good at looking pretty and having competent boots shoved up their ass.
What a waste. Put your hand in the box.
Why? What's in it?
Find the Fremen.
He's over there.
Find the Fremen. Wake the sleeper.
So after your career day session, you get sent out from this big space colon. Why won't my mouse pointer go away? Only to find this dude. Oh shit. Ahem. Only to be shot down by a terrorist in his Lululemon workout clothes, who then proceeds to... Even as I lie feigning death and wondering why he would arbitrarily save one bald guy while killing another, but whatever, the game goes on, and immediately impresses me with how good it looks. What am I... Where?
We who are about to die, salute you!
So being injured from, I guess, sleeping, the game tells me to put on some magical invisible space Muslim bandages before... Come on, you... Oh, fuck. Initiating me into the Arrakis chapter of the Assassin's Order apropos of nothing. What the fuck?
Off-worlder. You found them, Off-worlder.
So, game's over then? No, I guess not. How do you use this?
Using it to cut open ships.
Oh, that's how. You know, whoever put the parry on a trigger and not a bumper can stick a crisp knife up their urethra. Now what?
I hear I'm a wanted man.
Oi! Woodland scum!
So, like, can I loot this guy during all your exposition? Because it seems like a pretty convenient shortcut to some top tier gear. No? Fine.
They'll be on us as soon as we break through.
We crashed again, that was pointless. I don't know what the f that was because he's f***ed off after his contractual cutscene appearance. Whatever, I'm only here to... So, can I just live here? Because it seems like a pretty sweet spot that's just been vacated. No, I guess I'll just melt all his stuff then, and that's right before crafting my first set of desert clothes. Which, to be frank, just makes me look like one of the lesser knockoff Ninja Turtles. Okay, now what the hell? Oh my shy halud. Where the f did you come from? As we're beginning to learn, Arrakis is a hot place, so the point of the game is essentially to not get sunburned and play literally the floor is lava, mostly by doing this. while picking fights with all of the other computer-controlled hobos in order to steal all their stuff. Even as your personal experience as a professional violent immigrant grows, and you can then learn the relevant skills such as this one, which is called scientifically the "f you and everybody else with guns" move that allows me to just stand here and repeatedly kill these two guys with V-trigger knee strikes. All in the service of extracting their blood to drink like a real aristocrat, but before that, you do have to suffer blowing plants like a common pleb in order to not die and get shelter up in place to... Look, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not that crazy about the base building, mostly because I'm interested in the kind of emerging gameplay that only comes about from being a widely traveled murder hobo, and you can't really meet new friends if all the game wants is for you to put down some roots. Even less is the apparent ability to magic into existence a 2,000 square feet high-rise condo with a fantastic desert view pretty much wherever you want, which when coupled with the free drug policy on this planet, just kinda makes me wonder why this place isn't already gentrified in today's economy. I wanted a skylight, and no, I totally don't see how this is an open invitation for riffraff to come in and take all my shit. I haven't even seen another person in hours. Totally worth it.
It's everywhere on Iraq.
Oh shit, I drank too much blood. Even the blood on Arrakis is drugs.
This valley, sacred.
So I'm not an architect, shut up. So having repeatedly drained my neighbors of their blood, I'm now ready to head out in search of adventure, or at least trying to get to the main city before calling it quits, but for that, I'll need a better still suit. Oh, what the hell? Yeah, not going over there. That neighborhood is fucked. Not gonna let that thing see me either, because cops in this fucked up neighborhood are fucked. Not gonna... Oh shit, I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna make it, I'm gonna make it. So can I just drive this thing, or... Look at Mr. Moneybags over here building himself a mansion in the middle of nowhere. Yeah, this is just stupid. And then you hallucinate a naked dude and then stab some more people and steal all their blood. And I know it sounds like I'm not liking the game much, but I am. It's very true to the original canon with artistic direction pulled straight from the movies. But it's absolutely one of those games where it's more fun to play than watch, so...
Atreides and their war levies. Look, I can get you there, but I want a little extra.
I don't have that much money. How many people do you have to kill to get that much money? Like, at least this whole ship and... With the weather being on point as being a real threat, and even when you do make it to the big city, you discover there's like only 15 people living there. But I still want to play more and certainly would have if I can afford the trip back. Apparently 2.5k was a one-way fare, so what the f am I supposed to do now, game? Okay, so what do we, I mean you gooners really want? A bunch of white bulbous-headed missiles invading a giant virile ball. Yeah, this isn't symbolic of something. Game really wants to be AAA, but can't even get the QTEs working. Okay, so what do you want?
Come with me if you want to live.
You know what? Don't answer that. Let's just all go through this game together and continue pretending we're all here for anything other than what we're really all here for.
Take this. It's first aid.
Oh, that didn't last long, did it? Because at some point, you just have to give up and stop defending the indefensible. And why? You know it, I know it, the fucking... Yes, choice of word intentional. Hardworking modders over on Nexus Mods know it, and yet we refuse to admit it like a very shoddily enacted government cover-up. Why is she even wearing a tie? Oh shit, it's Korean Sephiroth. Korean Barbie would be screaming in pain except for, you know, all the cosmetics shit injected into her from birth that gave her third-degree facial paralysis. Haha, look at that guy's tiny wank!
Get ready.
Oh sorry, this was from when I thought the game might actually be good.
Something is coming.
If you're doing your job right, it's the people playing this stupid game. So like, you couldn't just have regular numbers, huh, Korea? It's gotta be alphas and pies and delta. I'm not trying to figure out how to buy fucking options here. So like, you couldn't just have regular bonfires or sit down on any number of benches, huh? It's gotta be this one tiny chair specifically designed to support Eve's fat ass. What the fuck is wrong with you, Korea? You know what? I'm tired, but playing it straight, let's just go through all the excuses flimsier than whatever Korean equivalent of a see-through loincloth Eve is currently wearing one by one, and hopefully you specifically, will come out a better, more honest person by the end. Ready? go. It's a good game. No, it isn't.
It's a trap.
Yes, it is. It has a great story. I'm gonna stop you right there. Have you played Nier Automata? Well, that's where sex bots fighting monsters at least have the courtesy to maintain the same dress code, because French-made outfits were mandated by whoever programmed this ass. But this butt immediately gets a completely different fetish wardrobe and a clashing tie, as previously mentioned, that destroys what little narrative coherence existed in this game even before you made it up in your head that the story was in any way worth the cover you paid to see the camo toe you actually came in here for. Yes, it's the ponytail length. That's why you paid $60. The fucking ponytail, which was so important that it deserves its own setting in the menu. Also this shit.
Adam, what is this?
This girl is stupid.
The crack is quite deep. It's going to be difficult to pass. Supply camp? What's that?
This guy is stupid. And I'm not talking about slightly vapid or annoying, but I feel everybody in this game as a sentient person would have trouble feeding themselves, much less go on anime adventures, due to all the brain cells they killed, presumably by Botox overdose, because, you know, Korea.
Is this parking lot important?
And the monster design. Turds all around, like there wasn't enough polygons after injecting most of it into Eve's cheeks, top or bottom, I don't care. So all you get to fight are wriggling pieces of shit with spikes stuck into them, that canonically are probably just mutated humans, but who cares, so we're the Locusts in Gears of War. And I haven't even finished the game yet, but let's just say with this kind of Asian imagination, you probably end up fighting Korean Jesus.
I don't know if you only cater to Korean, Christians.
And now you owe me $20, because you already know I'm right.
Hey! Stop fucking with Korean Jesus. He busy with Korean shit.
Oh look, they fixed the QTEs. So, moving on. Okay, well, we're playing it for the combat. No, you're not. The combat is a mess. Eve moves like a fridge on grease wheels and hits like a feather duster wielded by the clueless white person in a mixed Sino-American, Japanese, Korean, Laotian relationship.
So, are you Chinese or Japanese?
Eve's butt can't fit through here even if she knew how to crawl. There you go, you're welcome. That statue is giving all of you the finger for buying this shit for anything other than...
You want to get off?
Looks like this used to be a plaza.
Sorry, let's just rewind.
Looks like this used to be a plaza.
So it's not just me, right? Y'all saw and heard that.
Looks like this used to be a plaza.
Eve is literally stupid, and also apparently illiterate, because I guess she thought if she could just keep injecting helium into her ass, she would have no trouble going through her life fucking Samsung executives, and thus don't need to know how to read, dumb shit.
Everything looks like an apocalypse.
What?
Everything's computer.
Everything looks like an apocalypse.
Okay.
There's also a purple dodge, a blue dodge, a yellow fart, and a red who the f cares. Just parry, the game isn't hard enough to make actual practice worth the time you spent not massaging your own balls and thinking impure thoughts that will land you in hell. The level does... Okay. I can't even finish that sentence. Just look at this turd horse instead. It's not within spitting distance of the all-time greats. It's not even within the same ejaculatory circle as the all-time greats, which you also want to play sometimes one-handed. But you know, I will give you one reason the game is worth playing that is not just, and that's the mind-numbingly stupid dialogue on display we've already seen plenty of, that makes the game one self-aware step shy of becoming actual parody.
Looks like this used to be a plaza.
Wow, what a view.
It's endearing that everybody is taking it so seriously and yet speak with the literacy and droning enthusiasm of an underpaid equal opportunities intern who suffered enough brain damage to qualify for assisted living that if I were a more optimistic and forgiving soul, I would say this was done purposefully tongue-in-cheek, but since I am a miserable racist, let's just say Koreans are vapid shitheads who care more about cutting a fifth layer into their eyelids than public education. No, game is really not hard or challenging. Fuck off. Not even if you play one-handed like I'm doing right now.
What the?
It's called Zion, humanity's last city.
So, they're Jewish Koreans?
I don't know if you only cater to Korean, Christians.
Okay, I can definitely get behind that idea.
Okay, you know what? Put away the excuses. You're here because of the stuff I literally can't even show you without YouTube shutting down my channel and mitigating me over to Pornhub, so watch this stupid spaceship instead.
It's huge!
Why didn't they give the robot a bikini? That's blatant discrimination. Master Roshi, I bet he's here to...
Sister's junk.
Okay.
Look, I'm just gonna cut out all the lines that can't even be taken out of context at this point.
You're looking for Sister's junk?
Yes.
A drone?
Okay, I changed my mind. Everybody go buy this game right now.
The drone is different.
It's like watching mentally handicapped people caper for your amusement.
It's an all-new, upgraded Drone 2.0 that can launch long-range projectiles.
So, like a gun?
It's an evolution!
Seems like there might be a problem with the tower.
Oh, fuck no.
What is this thing?
Oh, that's a can.
Sweet cat.
A can?
Cat.
I like it.
Sweet cat.
Okay, on the subject, this is also probably the only recorded time in human history where Pornhub's section on computer animated videos is given ample competition just by the Nexus Mods landing page for this one game, which nobody will admit is a porn game without any porn in it, that everybody just wants to be a porn game, because how else can you explain the popularity that led to all these blurred out screens which contain detailed instructions to add hardcore fucking to the main menu, all the splash screens, replaces the training videos with the smashing of many a bloated asses, horror fight.
From the outside, the ruins looked old.
It somehow conceives to put even less clothes with a literal stick wedged up her colon for any given playthrough, which just leaves me wondering, is it perhaps the effort which makes the fapping worthwhile? Because this is the internet. You can always just cut out the middleman, but the entire reason I'm saying so is you should probably not be so ashamed of who you are and just tell it like it is.
We're stuck.
Stuck without an ounce of imagination? Yes, this isn't even a mod suit, this was a pre-order bonus.
It looks brighter now. Can you turn around for me?
I need a quick look inside your colon. I'm a licensed proctologist. You think it's Resident Evil, but I know you didn't buy Stellar Blade because it's a good video game, but rather because it's a video game where all the barely plausible deniability wants to make me, rub myself through my pants. So yes, you am a gooner, and at least this game lets me, express yourself in a way I'm comfortable with than masturbating to pictures of our former head of state from decades ago, when she was still a hot, rich number. Okay, you know what? The rest of this game is browner than Dune Awakening. And since I've already pulled up my pants, I'm going back to Arrakis. You know what? I did finish this game and I'm resolved to be honest about it, no matter the outcome.
We don't know what might happen.
The outcome is ass. Because unlike you, I am honest with myself and my loved ones. I'm proud of my kink sexual preferences and won't hide my love of lovingly rendered digital asses behind a false pretense of the gameplay being somehow not ass enough to justify me playing this game not entirely for the asses. Like, I just don't care anymore. Don't give a f. Everything in between these cheeks can make like Eve struggles to convince everybody she's not simply a walking fetish doll, and has some real struggles with whatever the f is going on here, and spare me the motherfucking excuses. Get the f out of here, Korean alphanumeric symbols. Get the f out of here, fighting rejected Resident Evil enemies.
Whatever you do, don't look down. Aw, come on.
Yeah, that's right, bitch. I do what I want. Yes, I am just gonna supercut the remainder of this game into a collection of ass shots, and you know why? I also don't care about catty bitches being all catty and bitchy at each other over a radio.
How far are you from the Alpha Core?
Hey, don't push me while I'm operating.
I know you're taking a break. Are you sure this is the right way? Maybe I should be in charge of navigation.
How about you do your job, and I'll do mine?
I don't care. Here's what you're really here for. What you played this game for, don't lie to me. It's okay, she's a robot or something. Just watch this. And I'm doing this because I am admitting I am a gooner. I like big butts and I will not lie. So why are you still trying to insist this game is built entirely on the promise of big butts as anything but what it really is?
What?
I don't care about the stupid passwords that's located all of one hallway away. I don't care about the dumbass minigames that make like 2 appearances each because, I don't know, Korean Jesus mandated it. I don't care about all the brain-dead characters sharing one solitary IQ point with dialogue that sounds like it was written by a monkey, and not one of the smart ones you see in a circus or whatever. Or the invisible walls everywhere because Eve can't fit her fat ass through wide open spaces.
Hear that? Sounds like water.
I don't care about... Oh wait, I do care about this. Just watch.
Is this a water bottle?
No. This is the last gift a god ever thought to give us.
Look at her butt, it sticks out 10 feet from her body, and you need an official trucker's license to drive that huge load around.
You've never seen movies?
These people are morons.
What?
You know what I said. Yeah, I don't care. Game isn't even hard enough for this to actually matter. Why the hell is there a Korean beer commercial in my softcore porn?
You okay?
I'm fine.
He's collapsed.
Sorry, I was playing one-handed as the game intends. She can't even sleep on her side, like her spine probably can't even balance the weight. This is her roommate or something who injected so much Botox into her face. I don't think her expression has changed at all since her first scene in this game. Yes, more angel wings please. What the f is wrong with you agents? Because this is blasphemy against Christianity. I was so close to a flawless victory.
Like a bit of girl on girl.
Nobody cares. Everyone is zooming in to figure out if she's got a chafed asshole from the thong that may or may not technically exist. It's a dilemma, I'll tell you that. And then there's like some story about androids and humans, and look, just play Nier Automata if you want an actual story with your asses, but I'm still just gonna put this out there that we should be proud of who we are.
Usually, things only exist because people make them.
What?
But the truth doesn't need to be kind. Only true.
Oh my god, this game is stupid. And then we go to a desert, fight a prostitute. And the game conjures wind so your skirt flies up and makes you play a really shitty version of Resident Evil for all of maybe half an hour. Again. And then Bimbo Cortana does another plot dump, but at this point I seriously doubt the sanity of the f***ing hosers who maintain they are still playing this for the plot and gameplay. And then Master Roshi is like something nanomachines, why the f*** does she wear a tie? Yeah, keep sulking you idiots, because I'm not taking your fat ass as seriously as you seem to think I should.
The orbit elevator.
She means her butt. Now you just fight robots. How many light switches do I have to flip in this stupid game? Now it's making me play Sonic for some reason. But like Sonic where the whole point is more tits and more thighs and more asses.
What is that? Watch out!
My butt scared it away. It's that big. I don't care.
Emotions. Strong ones. Maybe more than I've ever felt.
Emotions.
This game gives you all of one emotion, and it's one you usually have to take blue pills to get if you're over a certain age. I'm still playing one-handed, hold on. Now it wants to be Call of Duty when it's really only good at being...
Oh my god.
Like, the theme is on point because even most of the enemies in this game about asses are just hemorrhoids.
Oh no! It's about to drop!
Under the weight of your butt, maybe.
I think we're finally safe now.
Safe from your butt? No. Korea, what's wrong with you? At this point, the Renaissance in France had less French maids than Asia.
Wow, it's amazing. I've never seen a view like this before.
I have for the last however many hours I've been playing this stupid good game. Huh? What was that? So, like, it only took until the final act for the game to actually put some effort into designing their bosses. You know what? At least I'm honest. And then we're back to literal hemorrhoids again that you fight with the power of your ass. Now that is good literary video game writing. This isn't even the final boss, this is just a space hemorrhoid that you kill with a big laser because Eve is, I guess, I don't know, what you call ass doctors, like a colonoscopy specialist or something.
We have to go down.
And then you fight two variations of Sephiroth. The first one is a big titted Sephiroth, where you just, I don't know, here are some more butt shots. And the second one is Korean Jesus Sephiroth, which is just stupid as and apparently he just wants to you. But you say no because even though your butt is sticking out, consent is still important, so you kill the shit out of him. And then you get the literal Star Child ending from Mass Effect, which was a far better game in terms of story, but maybe at least on par in terms of asses. So like I said way back in the beginning of this video, I think we should all just be honest with ourselves, because Gooners are what gave this game enough money to make a sequel. And we should all be proud of our accomplishments even if Mother isn't.
We have a right.
So you like wastelands and cowboys and alternative history, eh? Well, it just so happens I also write books. Genuine novels with plot and characters, and this one is available now on Amazon about an alternate World War II Pacific theater that is like Firefly mixed with Inglourious Basterds.
See how feeders into your Nazi boss.
And I also have a Patreon now where if you subscribe, you get DRM free versions of the same books as soon as they come out. Why? Because I like money. Also because I'm posting entertainment opinions on YouTube, so frankly, I should have done this years ago because you know I'm completely without capability for shame.